My name is Andrew Siegel. I'm the sports turf manager at TCU. I'm entering my 6th football season. Right now, it's Bermuda grass. It is a hybrid Bermuda grass. Most people are familiar with Tifway 419. It was kind of the industry standard for 50, 60 years for sports turf. It could take a beating. It was good at being mowed short, and it would come back. I would say last 10 to 20 years, a lot of universities have done research to try to improve upon it. And so this was actually developed at the University of Georgia. It's called Tif Tough, and it's a blend of that Tifway 419 and a couple of other things that all the really smart geneticists made. And so it actually is a lot more drought tolerant than the 419 is. And it can handle the cold a little bit better too. And I think it recovers a little bit better. This is the 5th season we've played on this field down here. We're on year 6 at the practice fields. We put it in when I was going in when I arrived. And everybody loved it so much. After that season, we decided to put it in down here, and it's been great. So right now, we are at 5/8 of an inch, so 0.625. We'll get down during the summer to about 1/2 inch, try to keep it there so we can keep it real tight. As we start to get cooler, which we haven't, but also as we're getting used, I like to raise it up a little bit so we can have a little more leaf tissue. So we get to that 5/8 height so we can attract more sunlight as our days are getting shorter, and it'll help it regrow. Eventually here we'll stay at the 5/8, but after the BYU game, as we get cooler, we overseed it with ryegrass. We'll have a perennial rye blend that we've used for 5 or 6 years also here, and I've used it at my previous stops. We'll actually be playing on ryegrass for the Baylor Texas game and then the Armed Forces Bowl. We get started on Thursdays. Come in, one of the guys will jump on the mower, we'll mow it, we'll catch it, we'll blow everything off, that way we have nothing setting on it, and then we start measuring everything out. We'll measure every cross line in every corner, run 2 coats down and back on every line. The guys roll them. Generally, we'll go 2 directions, so that way you can't see streaks. So you'll go north, south, east, west with the paint machines. And then once we get done with that, those get cleaned up and we roll into our hashes and our numbers. We get the paint sprayers going. Usually we'll have 2 guys already painting white logos at that point. And then we start moving numbers, moving our sled. And we'll use 4 to 5 5-gallon buckets on each end zone. So that gives you 16 to 20 gallons of purple on each end zone. So just say 40 gallons there. Another 5 on the TCU, so that'll give you 25, and then another 5 buckets on the 2 frogs. So generally we're right around 40 to 50 gallons of purple each week. White can kind of get in there too. We can get to 80 to 100 gallons of white, depending on what we do. So we get all that stuff wrapped up, cleaned up, and then we'll go mow the practice fields, mow soccer, baseball, everything else that we have to take care of. Come in on Friday, you guys will immediately jump on purple. We'll start painting the purple in the end zones and the other logos. Generally that'll go from 7:30 to about 12:30 when they get done with that. Let it dry, and then we get on our 1-ton roller and we'll roll it so that way we can get it nice and tight and firm for the next day. And then we're done until Saturday. On game day, we'll come back in. We immediately just start putting out our tarps about 5.5 hours before game time, so that way the teams can start moving their stuff in. We have to have a tractor and a trailer move the visiting team since the tunnel's in the opposite spot. So one of my guys will come move that. We'll get the frog horn down here. Everything's ready to go. If the band and cheer come and do their pregame routine, they'll be down here. So as soon as they're done, we bring the mower down. We don't cut it before the game. We'll just put the reels down and we'll roll it, so that way we kind of roll the pattern in, smooth out any little divots they're in. We'll have one last divot walk if there's anything from the previous week where we have to fill in a little bit of sand, but generally we're okay. And then we roll into the game. And then once it's over, we start it all over again.
You look at our next 3 opponents, okay? I don't really like looking ahead very much, right? But you look at West Virginia, you look at Iowa State, you look at BYU, okay? All 3 of those teams are built on one thing, being physical. Okay, that's it. They don't have a ton of skill, they don't have a ton of speed, they don't have a ton of this, they don't have a ton of that. But what they do have in their success at those programs, excuse me, have had is built on toughness. Okay, it's built on discipline and toughness, and that's why West Virginia's been successful in the past. That's why Iowa State's been successful in the past. That's why BYU has been successful historically, is because those are 3 tough physical programs. All right, so it's a big challenge for us. Okay, I'm excited about it. I saw signs of us in the second half of that game Saturday, being a physically dominant football team. Okay, and we're going to have to be this week. What West Virginia's going to come in here and do is they're going to try to keep the ball away from the offense. They're going to try to line up and pound the defense, limit the possessions. Okay, and then at some point bank on us letting go of the rope. Okay, and that's kind of what they do. That's how they win football games. All right, they do a good job of protecting the ball, and then here they go. All right, so what we have to do, like we say all the time, we got to be the most excited team to play, and we got to be the most physical team. Okay, we got to understand that they're going to sit there and punch and punch and punch, and we got to punch back harder and longer. Okay, and that's what this is going to be like. So we got to make sure we set our mentality. There's not going to be one thing easy about Saturday, not one thing. All right, we have to know going into that game that's the way it's going to be. We're going to have to fight our off and scratch and be physical and tough-minded in order to win this football game.
Hey, man. Hey, we know what we got to do today. We got to dominate and win at home, man. We in this home. Black, man, take it personal. Take it personal when somebody try to come in your damn house and make a damn statement, bro. Let's don't live here, bro. Let's go, man. Family on me, family on 3. 1, 2, 3, family. Let's go.
Hey, listen now. When we hit that door now, our hair's got to be on fire. We got to be the most excited team to be here. Hey, great excitement, great energy on the sideline. Look, we got to play our off for 60 minutes, okay? You got to play for 60 minutes to win a football game. It's going to take everybody doing their job with great enthusiasm and toughness for 60 minutes, okay? Let's go get a win. Family on 3. 1, 2, 3.
Live from Amon Carter Stadium, right in the heart of the TCU campus, we come to you from America's greatest city, Fort Worth, Texas, for this Big 12 Conference showdown between the 3-1 TCU Horned Frogs and the 3-1 West Virginia Mountaineers.
Let's go, boys! Go, boys!
Hand it off, Donaldson, running left. Frogs stringing out, bottle him up, and get him down. That's good pursuit. No gain on the play. Two receivers to the left, one right-hand side now. They'll shift Bailey out of the backfield and Morris to throw it. Slant, catch made, turning upfield with it is Richardson. Across the 40, down to the 30, down to the 20, to the 10. Touchdown, J.P. Richardson. From 59 yards out, his first career score as a Frog. Over the middle, catch made. Savion makes a man miss. Across midfield, Williams on his feet, spins out of another tackle, and down to the 40-yard line of West Virginia. With pressure's going to tuck it under, trying to run up into before he gets in. Jamoy Hodge on the tackle. It's going to bring up 4th down in less than a yard. Tell you what, the penalty comes in here. They didn't take the timeout. They're going to take the penalty. Let's see. Forrest again, turning upfield. Chandler in open field at the 10, at the 5. Touchdown, hit the horn. 31-yard scamper. traffic. Caught at the 15, at the 10, to the 5. Touchdown, Dalen Wright. Hit the horn. 36-yard strike on a 4th down throw from Chandler Morris.
Just give me the ball, man. Hey, I told you were back. I told you.
Okay, hey, listen, real quick. Everybody here knows this. It's going to come down to which team wants to win the most, which team's going to punch the hardest here in the second half. Okay, offensive line. This is where we start to take over the game. Defensive front. This is where we start to take over the game. Okay, let's start punching from the very first play. All right, and don't stop. Okay, make sure now. Hey, play. Stop. Take care of the ball offensively. Get us a turnover defense. All right, it's going to be a 60-minute fight. All right, let's go kick. Second half. Let's go! We got to be the most exciting team to play. Let's go. 1, 2, 3.
On this beautiful Texas night, we're in Fort Worth, where TCU and West Virginia, 2 3-1 teams in the Big 12, going head-to-head. It's 21-14 Horned Frogs as we get ready to start the third quarter.
Empty set, 5 wide, 3 to the left, 2 to the right here. Out of the shotgun, snap comes back from Frazier. Sets, fires, ball knocked away at the line of scrimmage on 4th down. Frogs will take over at the 29-yard line.
Side run, and going sideways this time, he'll lose about a yard. Now rolling left, looking to throw, and get taken out of bounds inside the 40.
Use your hands. Get off blocks and work your feet, man.
Another throw, and the little slant pattern was read perfectly. Penalty flag thrown right in the middle of the field. Sonny Dykes has been unhappy about the officiating all game long, and he got flagged. A penalty flag was thrown, unsportsmanlike conduct against the head coach of TCU. He was unhappy about the defensive holding call, but so the ball moved halfway to the goal line. It's 1st and goal, handoff, no. A keeper, and Green lunges, touchdown, West Virginia. Green's going to throw to the tight end, caught and dragged out of bounds. On the way, and that kick is good.
Here Saturday night in Fort Worth. Griffin Cale for the middle of the field. Snap, hold. Here's the kick, blocked again. West Virginia wins this one here at Amon Carter Stadium tonight. West Virginia 24, TCU 21.
All right, with your attention here. Okay, look, since I've been coaching in 30 years, that's as bad a performance as I've ever seen. Okay, we're 28 points better than that team we just lost to. That's a tragedy. Okay, it's a tragedy. I wish I knew what to say. I wish I had the words. I wish I could explain what I just saw, but we could not do anything. Defensively, you guys fought your ass off. You played well enough for us to win. An offense in the second half that's as bad a display of football as I've ever seen. Since I've been, again, in 30 years, I've never seen that bad of a display of offensive football in a half of football as I saw tonight. We have a very talented football team, okay? But we are not, there's no excuse for what happened tonight. None. Okay, there is no excuse for it. And so what we have to do is make sure that never happens again. So we're gonna have to figure it out. All right, and we're gonna have to work harder, and we're gonna have to play harder, and we're gonna have to be more focused, and we're gonna have to be more disciplined, and we're gonna have to do a better job of coaching. All right, I love you guys. I want you to have a great year. You deserve it, but we're gonna have to do better. Anybody got any questions?
This is the type of make men. You gonna stay a boy, you gonna be a man.
All right, let's get a family on three. 1, 2, 3, family. And we said something, I think I said something to you on Sunday about it, just about expecting these games to go down to the last possession. Okay, just kind of preparing yourself mentally for what that looks like. Okay, but then understanding that what happens when you get into that situation, there's a little bit of added pressure. Okay, there's a little bit of added pressure when you're on defense and you have to get a stop. All right, when you have to get a stop. There's a little bit of added pressure when you're on offense and you got to go down and score a touchdown or kick a field goal. Okay, said it over and over and over again. This football team has everything that it needs. Okay, we got all the players that we need. We don't need to hit free agency. We don't need to bring in anybody else. We got everything we need in this room right now. Okay, what we have to decide is whether or not we're going to put ourselves first or we're going to put the team first. All right, if we're going to put ourselves first, we're not going to like the result. And that's just the way it is. Any organization that does that is not going to have success. That's just not the way it works. So everybody in this room wants to have opportunities, and I get it. If you want to have opportunities, the best thing that you can do is be a good teammate. Help your teammates win, and then the opportunities come to individuals later. That's the way this stuff works. And that's the way it's supposed to work. And that's what separates successful people from unsuccessful people. And when we're sitting here thinking about it, you guys that are on scholarship, and I'm not getting this, I'm not getting that, why is this guy getting this, why is he getting this? Think about those guys that show up every day and bust and know that they're never getting it. But they're here every single day because they want to be part of this team and they care that much about it. All right, so moving forward from here, let's make sure that we think about some of those guys that do that for us every day. And make sure we appreciate that because it's a big deal. Okay? All right, we've got special team sheet.